All right, we're on the ferry here. He's turning us around. We're fixing to take us a little adventure. Me and Mr. Rollins. Where are we going, Mr. Rollins? Lambert's Restaurant. Heading across the river to the Missouri side.
Heading to the other side of the land.
So we get on a boat trip.
Yeah, instead of having to drive excessive, we can take a little boat.
Take a little boat trip.
Burger cheese. For those folks that like to get seasick.
He said 4:30 on the other side.
Okay.
So if we don't get back to the bank by 4:30, we're messed up.
Yeah, try not to have any type of police intervention or anything like that.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what, I really miss your dad.
Yeah, me too.
It was just about this time of the year last year, whenever he took that bad spell, you know?
Yep.
What was it, a week after Christmas? No.
No, he.
When did he pass?
He got sick after a week after Thanksgiving,
Right.
and he was in the hospital all the way up until about the day before Christmas, 2 days before Christmas.
Right.
And Sheila got him out, brought him home, and they discharged him, even knowing they filled his body full of that saline solution.
Right.
And he still had a fungus kind of growing in the back of his throat.
Right.
But yet they discharged him. Jackson General, what a good hospital.
Anyways, he got to come home. He was home for Christmas.
Spent New Year's with us, and on the second day he
Fell ill.
He was very lethargic. And the nurse came in to look at him.
Right.
Said, oh no, he's got to go back. He's got to go back. He's got to go to the hospital today,
Right
now.
Right.
And so we didn't argue. But he was happy. You know, he got to spend time with his family.
Absolutely.
He did exactly what he loved to do.
Right.
The most, and that was play music.
Right. You know, my dad played with your dad many, many times, instrumentalist towards playing banjo and guitar and
Oh yeah, yeah,
violin and organ and everything else.
yeah. Very talented.
So it was the second day of this year, 2019, was whenever he fell ill again and went to Martin Hospital.
Yeah.
And there he only lived, what, another 24 hours?
He lived
Not even 24 hours, was it?
a little less than 24 hours.
A little less than 24 hours.
Yep. My sister sat up with him, playing music and wearing him down. But that's what he wanted to do, and that's how he would have wanted to go.
Sure.
But
I left his presence that afternoon, give or take about, I think it was about 4:30, 5 o'clock, just about dark. And I got the telephone call the following next morning that he had passed later on that night.
yeah.
God, I miss him, man.
I'm glad my daughter got to see him before he went.
Yeah. God, I miss him so bad. Just like I miss David.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really miss David. Seems like this time of the year it really brings it out in us
Well,
towards having the
melancholy.
social.
Well, you know, we're past Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving's not all about family. So is Christmas, but
Yeah.
not so much.
Yeah.
Thanksgiving is usually when we stab each other with a fork and roast each other at the kitchen table. And then Christmas is when we kiss each other's ass. And New Year's, we're right back in the same shit again. But
Speaking from experience, I'm sure.
oh yeah, 35. Oh my God, not even 20 years. But it is what it is.
He opened her up. He's getting out here in the main channel now.
Yep.
I guess with the currents being stronger, he probably had to open her up. No, wait a minute.
Yeah, we clip along pretty good now.
He let it. He
He got it in the groove. When it drifts, then he'll course correct.
Is that what he's doing?
Yeah, once you see our destination, where we're going. I don't see no landing pad yet.
Oh no, we ain't even close to a landing pad. Wonder why he's done that.
What? Course correct.
Huh?
Course correct.
Is that what he done? He corrected the,
No, he keeps it going.
He
and
corrected
let
the course?
current pull us along.
and he let
Let
the.
it go. Let the current pull us along.
But why would he have let off the motor like that?
It'll save a lot more gasoline.
Think so?
Yeah, especially if the course, especially if the river's going to pull you along.
Yeah, but we're going upriver right now.
Good.
We ain't going downriver. This is upriver.
Oh, well.
But he sure let off the gas, didn't he? Just to give her a turn.
Hey, maybe you had a 5. Who knows?
Who knows? But getting back to our conversation,
Yeah.
we really miss our loved ones this time of year, especially whenever they have went on before us.
Yeah.
There's nothing to do now. If you had anything to do any different, what would you have done
Him? Or
with
me?
him? With him, left him in the Jackson Hospital a little longer?
No.
No.
No. I think I would have ignored my father's wishes and went and spent time with him at the hospital before he died, instead of watching his beloved instruments. But it's what he wanted me to do, and that's exactly what I did.
Right. How old was he?
52. He was 92, going to be 93 in June.
And his name again?
Donald Rollins, no middle initial.
Married to who?
Oh, he was married to my mother, Joan Willard Box.
And who was she before she got married?
Well, you heard it.
Box?
She was a Box. Before that, it was a Davis.
Ah. How long was they married?
Over 50 years.
Yeah.
I know that much.
Yeah.
Yeah, they had a whirlwind of a relationship growing up, and they did exactly what was expected of them growing up. They got married, got jobs, raised a family, even through a young age.
Right.
And nobody was going to tell them how to live their lives and so forth and so on. And nobody
Understandable.
did.
Understandable.
That's why they, when they met down here, and my father came from Kentucky and my mother came from Sidonia, Tennessee, and the only thing that brought them together down here was barn dances.
Oh yeah. Southern cookouts.
That too. That came along with it.
Social get-ups.
Once they find out where to play music, and there's always dancing and eating.
Right. Oh yeah. But she left this area and went up north.
No, she left this area. She left Sidonia to be with my father, and him and her got married in Missouri in a little church because she was underage.
I see.
But nobody was going to tell them how they were going to live their lives.
And they wound up back up in Chicago, right?
They went to Chicago. My father had brothers and other uncles that were up there already.
Okay.
And they were making good money. And
right.
They sent him up there. He came up there and started working in a factory, and playing music on the side.
What did she do?
Oh, she worked in a factory.
Oh, she
raised
did?
most of the kids.
Right.
She raised most of the, my brother, my sister, my older brother, my older sister.
Right.
And damn near raised all their friggin' kids.
Right.
But,
And then whenever they got ready to retire, towards living out their golden years.
well, they lived out their golden years because she had a disability because something wrong with her heart. And she had a triple bypass at one point in time.
I see.
So she was pretty much retired for 10 or 15 years before Dad even got to retirement age.
I got you.
Yeah.
So she passed away up north?
No, she passed away down here.
Oh, did she?
Yeah. It was ugly, but it was.
It was what it was.
Yeah.
Another heartbreak.
Oh yeah. That's a whole different story, but it all revolves around the disgrace of my family and my father's name.
I hate to hear that. Anyways, he purchased a house there in the Sharon community.
Well,
And
they bought that house in 96. And
didn't they wind up having to pull some CDs from an old account that you had up there in Chicago?
We were up in Chicago. When we were in Chicago and Dad planned on retiring,
Some RAs or something?
my mother worked for Campbell Soup at one point in time, and during her disability time,
Right.
when she reinvested that into the company.
I see.
Buying stocks.
I got you.
And they had so many stocks that had split and doubled, and then they got buy-ins.
Right.
They got, so, she was getting dividend checks every time you turn around. So they just didn't change anything. They just liquidated some stocks up north. And I think I was around 20, between 21 and 25.
Gotcha.
I was working for the town of Cicero, and they had me sign off on a bunch of stocks that she had in
Put it over in your name.
Co-ownership of her and me.
Right.
But it is what it is. And they came down south and they purchased the property.
They cashed out on all the stocks?
No, they didn't cash out all of them, but they cashed out quite a few of them, just enough to buy the property and,
right.
and have a little bit of extra to fix it up and whatever.
Sure.
Make it their own.
Sure.
They did just that. Bought it lock, stock, and barrel, $70,000.
Right.
And I think they had like 4 or 5 CDs that they transferred down here too. But over the years, they slowly dwindled them down.
Oh yeah. A lot of debris coming off the northern range.
Yeah. Yeah, probably from that last time we flooded.
That was a pretty big stump there.
Yeah.
And I'm pretty sure that's where we're going to be docking at right there.
There, I bet.
Uh-huh. But I guess what I'm asking, some of those CDs was actually in your name, wasn't they?
At one point in time, not CDs, but the stocks were in my name.
Yeah.
They were bought through my mom, and she had me listed as the co-owner.
I got you.
At least this way, when they go to when they decided to liquidate the stocks, they have me sign off on it because at that time I was an adult.
How old was you at the time?
Oh, I was between 21 and 25.
I see.
Yeah, I can't remember back.
So that helped. That helped him to establish what he purchased here in the Northwest Tennessee area.
Instead of having to sell the house down here,
right?
I mean, house up north. This way, I stayed in that house for about a year or 2 years.
Right.
Before they decided, because they talked to a financial planner.
I got you.
About the properties.
Sure.
And they told them that they wouldn't have to pay a huge amount of tax if they held on to it for another 2 years and then sold it.
I got you.
So they did exactly that.
Now that looks like an island right over there. Right back over in that area right there is an island. See it? Right in the middle of the river.
That or a rather large log.
No, see all the trees?
I see it.
That's an island.
Oh, okay. I thought you were talking about that.
No, that's
piece
a
of crap
log.
out there.
No, that's a log.
Yeah.
That's a floating object that you probably wouldn't want to hit with a regular boat.
Yeah. Not unless you got a steel hull.
May not do no good to hit it with this with this boat. That's a
Yeah.
pretty big log floating down the river right there.
It is.
That's a tree.
All right, now he's going to start shifting himself.
Right? He's going to start getting in alignment. Looks like another one up there waiting to go back.
Sure.
Go back to the Tennessee side. So now we're officially, once you get halfway of the Mississippi River, you're officially in the other state.
Yeah.
So now we're in the state of Missouri, the great show me state.
Missouri.
The great show me state. Show me, show me, show me.
Yeah.
But I appreciate your testimony.
Oh, not a problem.
This close with it being Christmas, I know
It
it
is.
brings back a lot of memories.
It does.
I know it does, and it's
Yeah.
good to talk about it.
Yep.
It's good to let it out.
Well, for the shit that's about to hit the fan, I don't want to give the cat out of the bag,
I understand.
because the best part is going to be the punchline later.
I got you. The best is yet to come, right?
Oh yeah, my sister thinks that I've rolled over and let her do whatever.
Sure.
Well, I'm sorry, but you know what? If
You're going down. You're going down fighting, right?
Yeah, but if we can't agree and we can remain civil, things can get done. But the way she's been doing everything, doing all kinds of shit, and that's why everything that she's doing is half-assed, and it's involving all these people that are fucking meth heads.
Ah.
Shit is going bad.
Ah, I got you.
But that's one person's opinion, and me as the bystander, the brother.
I'm pretty sure.
Let's just say Tennessee law will prevail as far as adoption and
Right.
inheritances go.
Right. And I'm pretty sure right now, probably your father and your mother is rolling around in their grave because
They did not want to. And when it gets set right, well, then they'll be happy, and then they can rest.
Sure.
And they'll know we did it. And all over and out back. But as far as God's law, I know there's no forgiveness for it, just like there's no forgiveness for murder. When you disrespect your parents and don't listen,
Right.
and don't, it's in what is it? It's in the first 10 commandments. You know, obey your parents and honor their name and everything else. Well, crap happens, and she'll have to answer for that when she gets up there. And when I get up,
not only her, but also your half sister, right?
well, that's not my problem. Right now, she's the executor.
So you have Merry Christmas. We hope that we'll get back here by 4:30 because you said you're going to close the gate at 4:30 here.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
Have a good one, man.
Yes, sir.
Me too.
Yeah, I hate it that you're having this type of conflict in your family because it adds that much more resentment, that much more anxiety. And I know with you having the tumor,
With my tumors and,
With your
and my-
tumors.
and how my stress levels should be and how they should not be.
right, it has
It's more not than it should.
contributed to your
Well, of course.
bad health that now is declining
Yep.
on a day-to-day level.
Yep.
And I'm so sorry that you're having complications in the state of Tennessee towards being able to get some sort of recourse on your.
Oh, there is recourse. I even talked to him. I called a different county,
Okay.
and I asked them. I says, "Well, I've got a thing about probate, And I asked them, and they says, no, you have 2 years to file probate. The first year is voluntary.
I got you.
And after that, all it takes is one heir to open his mouth. And no matter what, you are drawn into probate court. And
Really?
you have to.
I didn't know that.
Well, I didn't know that either. And now that I know that, I know and with what she's doing,
Right.
and her current situation with
Right.
that guy we ran into and the money and all that,
Sure.
yeah, I don't think there's going to be a problem getting the executor changed.
Ah.
And when that happens, then I'll have to use the court system to enforce it.
Why do you think she's stonewalling you?
Because she's greedy. She's greed. Greed has her. I told you, she's grabbing up everything around the house and putting it in her room. And now she's overflowing it. She's starting to put it off in other rooms and locking doors.
That is so sad.
It is. You know, and then to make up stories about me stealing from her.
Right.
Come on.
And it's not that you're wanting nothing that don't belong to you. You're just wanting what's fair for you, right?
Well, I just want what Dad and Ma worked all their lives for to give us.
Right, because it was already...
And it was fairly already arranged that, okay, it would be 1/3 or it would be 1/5.
Right.
Well, I'm more than happy to accept 1/5. But if she thinks that she's going to try to play games and ignore that she even has a brother and she's already started telling people, oh, this is my adopted brother.
Right.
You know, that is just so stupid and petty.
Well, not only that, but it's immoral.
Well, no.
It's immoral.
Coming out of her mouth.
It's immoral because you have just as much a right to your father's inheritance as you would be if you was a true...
Me and her grew up together.
DNA bloodline together. You know what I'm saying? You was legally adopted.
Never, ever in her vocabulary around Dad. That word was never, ever around Ma. Period. It was brother and sister, plain and simple.
And your father looked upon you just like you was his own.
She looks at it as a loophole.
Ah.
And it isn't. In the state of Tennessee, acknowledges me as a natural born. No matter, they adopted me, okay, I'm as good as being naturally born from that parent.
Sure, absolutely.
There's no ands, ifs, and buts, but in her case it is. Well, I wanted her to get in front of a judge and open her big mouth about stupid shit like that.
Yeah, I think
because when they start talking that way, that just changes the judge's opinion.
Well, no,
on how much.
Well, not only that, but it speaks volumes about what type of person that she really is to stoop that low and ever even bringing up anything like that, because that's a prejudiced statement in and of itself.
That's worse than sitting there calling a spade a spade.
It's discrimination.
Yeah.
I mean, you're discriminating against somebody because you may not have
you're
the
looking
exact
at it as
DNA.
an opportunity. You're looking at it as an opportunity. And her opportunity is, this is her defense. Well, you're no Rollins. You are no Rollins in this family. Well, I might not be, but you know what? If I ain't, my mama was your sister. I bet I can get her husband to sign off and give me his interest or what she was entitled to.
Exactly.
So instead of you owning 1/5, I have 2/5.
Listen, I think I've turned down the wrong road here. I think I should have turned back a while ago.
Okay.
To get to Interstate 57.
Whip it.
But wait a second. I see a car. I see a windshield.
Interstate or something.
Flashing off of a light right there. So let's go on down a little bit.
All right.
I'm very
It might be an upper road too.
No, this is a levee. This is a flood levee right here.
Oh, okay.
But I seen a flash like a automobile.
Oh.
So there has to be another highway over there, and it may be that Interstate 57 is over there.
Yeah.
I think though I could have went to Interstate 57 if I'd have turned right, which would have been a quicker way to have gotten to Interstate 57. But that's okay. If we take the long way, that's all right. I'm still getting on Interstate 57.
I don't know. It's all Greek.
But I wanted you to get this off of your shoulders because I know that you had this in your heart. and I know that you needed to talk about this,
Oh, yeah.
especially with this being this close to your father's anniversary of his death.
Well, I also don't want to give away
Right.
the goodies before that day happens.
Right. And if you don't want me to post this particular
Not until after Dad's death day.
right into the recording, I'll hold it back.
Because from what I understand from the lawyer, on the 4th, she'll be served.
Well, we'll just hold this back, this recording.
Okay.
That way you won't be
It won't jeopardize anything.
jeopardize anything.
Yeah. Hey, look, high road.
It's a levee. That's what this is. They built a levee right here. I guess it has a tendency of flooding with it being as close to the Mississippi.
Seven Island Conservation Area. Must be talking about that island you were talking about.
Well, that's back up the other way.
Oh. I don't know. Maybe it's the S curve back here. Now we're going to go back the other way, and then we'll go back the other way, and then we'll work our way back toward the river.
Probably, truth be known, we'll probably wind up back on that road that I should have turned down a while ago. That I didn't turn down.
No telling.
And because it's already 1:30, we may actually not be able to get back to the bank by 4:30.
Well,
And if that be the case, then we'll have to take the long way around towards getting back home. We'll have to go all the way down by Dyersburg and go over the Dyersburg Bridge and then come back through Dyer County to be able to get back to Weakley County.
Yeah, I see a cross section here.
This is all farming territory down in here.
Yeah.
Flatlands. Bad. I call them the Badlands. Now, something was on fire back there. Did you see it?
Yes, I did.
Wonder what that was.
Don't know.
Looked like an automobile, didn't it?
No, there was an automobile in the field next to it.
They
But
was burning
it
something.
was far enough away, so they're probably burning something off. But,
All right, have you pretty well got what you want to say?
I'm pretty much good on this.
Okay, let's turn this off then.
I'm going